Welcome to our channel, where we search the world for the best place to live. The YouTube channel City Nerd rated Chicago as the #1 US city with underrated livability, walkability, and transit. Also, Condé Nast Traveler readers rank Chicago as the best big city in the United States for the 6th straight year. We just had to check it out.
Chicago is the most wonderfulest city. You know, people have all these narratives about Chicago, but it's so many beautiful, safe places in Chicago.
The lake is just a high point. I've lived near the lake my whole life, and it's just beautiful.
Now, some people commented that Chicago, the third largest city in the United States with a population over 2.6 million, isn't underrated. But to people outside of Chicago, I really think it is. So on to the top 10 reasons why Chicago is a great place to live. Number 1, no car needed. Walk Score gives the Chicago downtown area, also known as the Loop, a perfect score for walkability and public transit, calling it a walker's paradise. The city as a whole is the 4th most walkable large city in the US. Many other Chicago neighborhoods score in the 90s. See the link in the description if you want to check them out. According to the Census Bureau, 26% of households in Chicago don't have a car, much higher than the national average of 8%. That really doesn't surprise me, as trying to park a car in Chicago was an absolute nightmare. They also have the Pedway, a system of underground tunnels and overhead bridges linking more than 40 blocks. It certainly makes walking in rain or snow more enjoyable. Chicago's public transportation, including the famous L trains, short for elevated, are some of the best in the country. It ranks second in the nation for rapid transit systems ridership after New York. You can even take the L to the airport. That is huge, as getting to a major airport has been a costly and time-consuming endeavor for us. It would be a dream to catch the L and jump on a plane to a tropical location when the weather gets cold. Chicago also has over 420 miles of bike lanes and is mostly flat. Some complain that Chicago has a patchwork of bike lanes that abruptly start and stop. In March 2023, the Chicago Department of Transportation released a new cycling strategy where they are working with communities to connect paths. They're also adding more protected bike lanes and concrete curbs to make cycling safer. The Chicago Transit Authority has also resolved to switch to electric buses by 2040. They're having a bit of a challenge with lithium-ion batteries in the cold, but we are still hopeful.
You know, no need to have a car. I got rid of my car hundreds of years ago.
Another positive thing is that the Chicago mayor announced that all city-owned buildings will be operated with renewable sources by 2035. Number 2, diverse neighborhoods and housing options. Chicago is known for being a city of neighborhoods. Each neighborhood is like its own small town with its own character, festivals, and community events. Homes are available at many different prices. You're bound to find a place that suits your tastes. Also, Chicago is very racially diverse, with about a third of the population being black, a third being white, and a third Hispanic. The first neighborhood we visited was Lincoln Park. We saw more Teslas and people wearing AirPods than we've ever seen before. Now, Lincoln Park is one of the most desirable neighborhoods in Chicago, with a walk score of 94 and a bike score of 92. It has tree-lined streets, historic buildings, and luxury condos. It was more expensive than some other areas, but if you can afford it, it is almost like living in a small town, but with access to everything a big city offers. For those with money to spare, we saw this 25,000 square foot mansion with 6 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. It featured a game room, a media room, an English marble fireplace, and even a 5,000 bottle wine cellar. All that for just under $30 million. In his video, City Nerd mentioned the Logan Square neighborhood. Based on its stats, Logan Square has it all. It is very walkable, bikeable, and on the L train. It had all the shopping and restaurants you need, including the Big Dill Pickle Community Food Co-op. It also has the 606, a multi-use recreational trail that used to be a rail line. It is filled with cyclists and joggers. However, Logan Square was a little rough around the edges. In many places, you could hear the L pass every few minutes. We really don't like the constant sound of traffic, but people say you don't hear it after a while. We looked at this gorgeous second floor, one bed, one bath timber loft for $325,000. It has hardwood floors, high ceilings, a beautiful kitchen, and a large bathroom. I could see our son loving this place with its exposed ductwork. We also saw this 5-bedroom, single-family home in Logan Square for $525,000. It's nicely renovated, and it's in a great location. We also visited the Oak Park neighborhood. It has some of the most beautiful homes in the city, many of which were designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Most places sell for millions of dollars, but we did see some condos like these ones, which sold for just over $300,000. We visited the more affordable south side of Chicago, where the show Shameless was filmed. If you haven't watched the show, I highly recommend it. It appeared a lot safer than we had anticipated. We are still conflicted about whether we are meant for a big city living, but if we do live in a big city, we would want a tree-lined street with nearby green spaces. After seeing some places in Chicago, we feel we may be able to get the best of both worlds. Number 3, City and a Garden. Chicago is known as a city and a garden with an impressive network of public parks, gardens, and green spaces. When we walked through Jackson Park, it barely felt like we were in a big city. We were surprised to learn that Chicago has the most green roofs in the nation with over 5.5 million square feet of green roof coverage. Green roofs not only last 7 times longer than a traditional roof, they also reduce energy costs, filter water, and provide food. We visited Lurie Garden, an oasis located on top of the parking garage at Millennium Park.
And that was sort of the point of the design, that you walk in and you see this quiet, beautiful space surrounded by the city. That it fits with the city's motto, Herbs and Horto, City and a Garden.
I must mention, however, that the Chicago Architecture Center had a display that showed how trees are concentrated in the more affluent areas of the city. Interestingly, areas with more trees also have less crime. Number 4, entertainment. The number of things to do in Chicago is endless. Whether it's sports, theater, music, art, there's something for everyone. When we visited in June, they had over 20 festivals we could choose from on one weekend alone. We checked out the Chicago's Blues Festival, which has been around for almost 40 years. It's held downtown in Millennium Park, which is an experience in itself with the Cloud Gate sculpture, also known as the Bean, and the Crown Fountain, which spouts water. It's the largest blues festival in the world, and over 180,000 people attend the free event yearly. We saw Nora Jean Wallace and her band on the big stage. What a performance as she belted out the blues. The venue was incredible, and we could easily hear and enjoy the music. We also took a walk through Lincoln Park to get a great view of the city and visited the free zoo there. As for other things to do, Chicago has the Museum of Science and Industry. The Japanese garden right behind the museum was beautiful. There's also the Art Institute, the Field Museum, the Adler Planetarium, the Shedd Aquarium, and many more. We decided to head west, just outside of Chicago, to visit the Morton Arboretum to enjoy the gorgeous gardens and sculptures. We also went to see the Andy Warhol exhibit at the College of DuPage in nearby Glen Ellen. In addition to multiple floors of his original artwork and photos, he even recreated the infamous New York City Studio 54. We would never run out of things to do in Chicago. Number 5, Lakeshore. Did you know Chicago is filled with great beaches? I didn't. I lived in Chicago for 2 years and I never went to the beach. One of the most notable features of Chicago is its magnificent lakefront along the shores of Lake Michigan. They have miles of parkland for walking and bike paths offering scenic views.
My favorite beach, of course, would be North Avenue Beach. Everyone goes to North Avenue Beach. It's, again, good food. You catch a vibe, some of your friends. It's nice, it's clean. it's always like some type of activities or a party or something to just keep up with us.
I love to kayak, and we have kayaking on the river, which has been open now for 2 months, and kayaking on the lake, which just opened a week ago. So when you want to get away from people, I go onto the lake. When I want traffic and downtown excitement, I go to the river.
We also love relaxing at Montrose Beach and taking in the Chicago skyline over the water. Number 6, airport. Chicago has the largest number of air departures and the most rail traffic in the nation. As we love to travel, it would be incredible to live near a major airport with excellent connections to destinations across the globe. Just think of all the last-minute flight deals we could find. Number 7, architecture, the birthplace of modern skyscrapers. Chicago is home to some of the most iconic architectural marvels in the world. The city's skyline is dotted with skyscrapers like the Willis Tower and the John Hancock Center, showcasing a blend of historic and modern architectural styles. It all started from the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 that destroyed over 17,000 structures. You can get a sense of the destruction back then at the Downtown Chicago Architecture Center.
It brought in people from around the world, brought in architects, they were looking for jobs, right? So our city burned 1871. Well, this was an employment announcement for young architects, right? So they came to Chicago because you can get jobs in Chicago back then. And we have a heritage of it. Lucky for us.
A highlight of our trip was exploring the Architectural Center. You can also take walking, boat, and train tours. We also visited the Frank Lloyd Wright Home Studio. While working in Chicago early in his career, acclaimed architect Wright developed his signature prairie style, a school of design that embraced horizontal lines and organic materials. His home is located in Oak Park, 12 miles west of downtown. He lived here until 1909, when he left to live in Europe with his mistress. A new building under construction is the Obama Presidential Center on the south side. The 19-acre campus will feature the Obama Presidential Library and Museum, a new branch of the Chicago Public Library, and a park with public art. Number 8, jobs. Chicago is second in the nation for having the most Fortune 500 headquarters. With so many companies headquartered here, you should have no problem finding a job. There's Boeing, McDonald's, Walgreens, and Quaker Oats, just to name a few. And if you plan on starting your own business here, Chef Fab, who started the I Can't Believe It's Not Meat chain, explained her success.
Actually, I thought starting a business in Chicago would be hard, but for the veganism, it was actually a really open market for good, flavorful, comfort vegan food. So when we opened the first day, I did not expect, I thought I was gonna open this small mom and pop vegan restaurant. But the line was literally 2 blocks long. People waited like an hour, in line. People waited an hour to get their food, and not only that, they would come back every day, like back to back, to try new things on the menu, and would still stand in line.
Now, before I tell you the last 2 great reasons to move to Chicago, be sure to subscribe and click the bell to follow along as we continue to search for the best place to live. You'll also get notified about my next video, with the reasons why maybe you should not move to Chicago. Number 9, food. Chicago is famous for their deep dish pizza and their Chicago-style hot dogs. Whatever type of food you're looking for, you can find it here, from Michelin-starred restaurants to neighborhood eateries.
Chicago has some of the best food in the world. No matter where I go, Chicago tops everywhere.
Number 10, universities. Chicago is home to several prestigious universities, including the University of Chicago and Northwestern University. The University of Chicago ranks as number 6 for national universities, according to the U.S. News & World Report. 92 Nobel Prize winners and 25 Pulitzer Prize winners attended here. It's one of the world's top research universities, and 80% of the undergraduates here decide to get involved in research projects. Northwestern University ranks at number 10 for national universities. It's number 1 for a degree in communications and journalism, and as well number 1 for the performing arts. Many students here get double majors, allowing them to pursue their passions in healthcare to poetry. Chicago was an incredible big city that's more affordable than New York. We love the many tree-filled neighborhoods, and we would never get bored with endless things to do and places to volunteer. As always, we like to show you both the pros and cons of whether a place is good to live. So be sure to click to get notified about my next video about why you may not want to live in Chicago. In the meantime, check out more cities here.